my dears, welcome to the AmethystLady Cast, where we talk gaming, esports, and all things for your gaming lifestyle. I am your favorite purple lady, AmethystLady.
This your main man, Bedtimebuddy. Fuck University in the building. Frost University in the building. You already know, yo. Let's get it.
This is our first show, and what better way to start than with a discussion of this past weekend, which was EVO 2019 in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have a lot to discuss, so grab a cup of tea for this one. You're going to be here a while, I guarantee it. So let's start before EVO 2019 even started. The week leading into EVO was super eventful, so let's touch on that first. I'll just go day by day just to make it super easy. So first and foremost, Street Fighter League. This happened on the 29th of July. So that was Monday. Last Monday. There were technical issues. So Street Fighter League Season 2 voting ended an hour earlier than anticipated. So the finalized players that were selected was Sherry Genix, Guilty, Automatic, and Tommy Two Step.
Okay. And Tommy had the suave little intro joint, his little promo videos, sitting by the fire reading the Daigo book. Yeah. That thing was definitely approved.
There were definitely some promos that were very well done. Sherry's was done very well too. But man, let me say, that whole thing, it was amazing how much of a fiasco it turned out to be.
So what exactly got shaken up because of the whole hour early thing? Was there an exchange of who won? Like, was there a position change within the last hour and somebody got the short end of the stick? Or was there some controversy where somebody thought they won but they really didn't?
Well, I mean, realistically, them closing it out it just gave no real time to get in even more votes. There was a tweet made by Capcom Fighters that they apologized for that. But, they just went on and said, in the future, we'll do better. But here are the people who've been selected. So I can imagine on top of what people were already pretty raw about, they were raw about the ending to that whole Street Fighter League process. But
so when did positions change? Because from what I gather, everybody was Team Maureen for the win, and then Tommy Two Step came out of nowhere. So like, what happened with all that?
I mean, the last few hours, I guess the last 24 to 48 hours was just kind of crazy.
Well, it was crazy the whole time.
I mean, it was. That's true. It was pretty crazy the whole time.
Right. Surprised nobody ain't make currency, like dollar bills, like in art we trust. You know what I'm saying? In art we trust. It got to a point where he was having like other communities vote for him.
Yeah, but that's smart.
Yeah, it's very smart and shrewd. But I think that nobody used outrage marketing, and nowadays the most proven way of marketing is outrage marketing, and potentially the second most, at least in our community, is fugazi marketing, where you act like you botched something. Actually, nah, I ain't gonna say too much.
Yeah, there's gonna be plenty of time to get into that. But once again, congratulations to all of those that were selected for Street Fighter League Season 2. Bravo. So that was on last Monday. Let's get into Wednesday.
Okay.
That was the 31st of July. So the leak happened that day. So for those of you who might not know, pretty much Poison, E Honda, Lucia, and new stage information were given to us before it was supposed to actually happen.
I think there was also mention of the bundle as well. If I'm not mistaken, it was like on the ad, like right before the end of the teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Pretty much all of the information that they wanted to release at EVO was leaked out on Wednesday. So that led to the team at Capcom deciding to go ahead and officially release that trailer the same day. And there was so much outrage on that from people at EVO and Ono who were like crushed, or they didn't know what to say because they were like, how could this happen? And then from the speculation from multiple people on Twitter, even from us, I remember talking about, we were going to Wawa, and I remember saying in the car, maybe it was an intern that messed up or something to that degree.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that it was like a defunct. We thought it was like a defunct, disgruntled employee. It's like, see, man, that's why you don't discriminate, man. And we made that young man cut his hair, and now he went buck wild on you.
Oh no!
It's just the way it go. It's just the way it go.
Oh, but we thought it was something like that, but eventually on Saturday, the team from Steam, they sent out a public apology saying that there was a mix-up in the publishing process at Valve, VALVE. So many people were disappointed about that leak, and it had nothing to do with Capcom. They pretty much were clean. They did everything they were supposed to do, and then this happens. And furthermore, the whole time leading up to that particular apology, the player base just still wasn't happy. They still did not seem happy.
Can't make this stuff up, man.
So, on top of people wondering how this could happen, or even the fact that, you know, trying to clean it up by releasing things, the trailer and such officially, on top of all of that, it just, you have everyone wondering, is this it? What else is there going to be? Why these characters? Why not these characters? Oh my goodness. I even had someone that's far on my comments of our reaction video to the leak, which you can see on my channel, by the way. But I had someone in the comments even say, this game needs to die. That's how mad they were. I was like, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was there was clearly a lot of anticipation built up from since last year when they announced Kage, and everybody was pretty much waiting for some type of an update pretty much all year. It got to a point where Vesper Arcade stopped making videos anticipating announcements. Like, he became numb to anticipating the announcement. Like, his videos went from, oh man, EVO Japan coming right up, man. We're gonna get that big announcement. We're gonna get some balance changes, maybe a new netcode. All this netcode's a punchline now, yo. I can't help it. But netcode is legendary along with Ken's face. But it got to a point where Vesper, his demeanor went from, oh man, next major coming. We're gonna get them updates. Final round. Here it goes. First tournament of the year. We're gonna get some balance patches. We're gonna get the season pass. Oh, the season pass, the fabled season pass. And then, surely enough, man, every single tournament is like the energy went from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 to, man, forget that energy crap, man. Like I don't even care at this point if they do anything. Like, just look, man, just give me a new netcode, man. Just keep the game the same. I don't care if Karen's OP. Just give me a new netcode and we straight. And nah, netcode ain't coming. Netcode ain't coming, fam. And basically they came out with some new marketing tactics because the showrunner for Monster Hunter, who made Capcom a whole bunch of money, pretty much took the helm for Street Fighter. And with that came a new marketing strategy. So instead of telling us at the beginning of the year or giving us a teaser of who the DLC characters are for the season, they decided to go dark, and which is actually a step back, right? Because in 2017, I believe, we got this big apology from Capcom because they weren't communicating with the fans enough, and they said they were going to communicate more. And they were doing a lot better on the communication front as far as like telling us when to anticipate certain things, but then they would overpromise and underdeliver, because they would tell us that something's coming and then it would end up getting pushed back by a few weeks, a few months, so on and so forth. And then when they finally drop the project and people get to try it, they're like, oh man, this looks unfinished. I don't like the animations. Some people feel like the characters are underwhelming. They're not very strong. You look at like characters like Alex, or a lot of people don't like Falk, even though, you know, Falk University holding it down 24/7 on the set. But like, you know, you look at what they decided to do this time, go completely dark and then just surprise everybody. And I don't know how Yoshinori Ono did it, that, you know, everybody's outrage goes to him. It goes to him and it goes to Capcom Fighters Twitter. And he has to field all that throughout the duration of the year until it got close enough to the announcement to where he could actually tell people, oh, we have an announcement coming at EVO, and to anticipate an announcement then, after all this time of being dark. So then Vesper Arcade rise from the ashes and gets to finally start making videos again about how he's excited about the big announcement. And we start doing speculations and we start getting into all that stuff. Everybody's talking about what they expect, so the anticipation is rising. Everybody's getting excited for this big giant announcement, and then boom, you get hit with a leak. Like what is it, the day before, or like the day before the start of the event, or something like that?
It was on Wednesday.
So it was like 2 days. It was the week of.
It was the week of. It was 2 days. So yeah, it happened on Wednesday.
So you get hit with a leak of all things, and it's like, it's not like a little piece. Like, oh, we found out about. Or we got like a little piece of Honda's fingertips on Blanca action figure or something crazy like that, or some vague picture of Ono and Harada next to a bunch of cosplayers, and it's like, oh man, I see a ribbon over there. It looks like, I mean, it might be Lucia. You remember that character from back then? Like,
yeah, the clues.
Yeah, it's nothing like that. Like, it was the whole shebang. Like, the whole actual trailer. And yeah, man, like,
and Ono was so upset. Like,
yeah,
he had some of the most depressing tweets of the week, to the point where one of them was like, he didn't even want to go outside, and he wasn't going to EVO. There would be no yearly Shoryuken.
No, like, Shoryuken.
Oh man,
I think that if he didn't go to EVO, I think everybody would have did the Shoryuken anyway. I think they would have did it to pay homage to him in his absence. Yeah, I think somebody would have spearheaded. Maybe a Xavier would have, or maybe Harada would have did it. But somebody would have did it. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have just let him ride out and have the community just tee off on him. But he also made that tweet that he said that he was, like, part of what lifted his spirits was the response to the characters, and he felt like everyone, like, I'm obviously mincing his words, but he felt like everyone was receiving the characters well, and which was not within the confines of my social media feed, because my social media feed was like, well, do we get like some changes? Like, you know, can I get some more plus frames? Can we nerf Karen? And there was no mention of any of that, but there was still hopeful that when the announcement did happen, that there would at least be balance, or you know, the skies would part and a netcode would descend from the skies.
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Basically, man.
Well, here, we'll get into what actually happened, but let's continue on through the week. So that same day, Ed Boon, NRS, made a tweet about Nightwolf, and he thanked the community for their patience, essentially because of the lack of news on the DLC characters. And then he reassured the community the next day that a Nightwolf gameplay trailer was on the way. They definitely delivered on that. So the next day, yes, the Nightwolf trailer did come out. And he also released a short announcement for the combat pack trailer, like the date for that. So that date is August 21st. So this will finally reveal those hidden characters that everyone's been speculating about. Like, oh, well, I think it's Ash from Evil Dead, or I think it's...
Oh, right, yeah, because they have a chainsaw, yeah.
So the combat pack trailer on August 21st is going to solidify that. But let's really quickly touch on the Nightwolf trailer.
Okay.
So I have to try to abide by the elder gods of YouTube. So this is going to count as my reaction to that trailer.
What the heck? That's it. Non-monetization, boys.
But I mean, he looked really good for the iteration of Nightwolf that they're going to be bringing on. I definitely like his intro, and his outro is really sick. But I'm holding my breath because I really want to know what the tournament variations are. Because unfortunately, we've been through this song and dance.
Oh no, with Shang Tsung.
With Shang Tsung.
Oh no.
And everyone was hyped up for the ninjas. And then the ninjas are not a part of the tournament variations. So what was it? I think it was the day that he came out and you were speaking to one of your friends.
Right. And he's telling me about all this cool stuff that Shang Tsung can do. And he's like, oh man, it's so dope. He's going to be the strongest character. Everybody has to have a pocket Shang. Mind you, like, you know, shout outs to my homie. I'm not going to throw his name out there. You know, like, he knows who he is. It's all in good fun that I'm sharing this story. But, yeah, he's like all excited. He's like, oh man, this is awesome. Everybody's going to have a pocket Shang. He has great strings. He has all these wild punishes. Every time he touches you, it's like 400 damage, this, that, and whatever. And I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Because I was just playing him. I like him, but I ain't find 400 damage. He's like, yo, variation 2, man. Variation 2. It's just the one that has the this and the that. And I'm just like, hold up. I was definitely just played plenty of time with both variation 1 and variation 2. And I know for sure that variation 2 has minuscule damage compared to variation 1. So where are you finding all this damage? I was like, you know, is it something with the cancel? When you put the pot out, do you cancel? And, you know, am I missing something? Did you find like an Oki that you can charge it to max and get all the plus frames? And are you doing something crazy? He was like, nah, man, I'm using the ninjas. I'm like, bro, the ninjas they're not legal. They're not tournament variation. He was like, what you mean, bro? Like, he's like, I have it on tournament variations. I was like, you might want to double check that. I hate to do this to you, man, but you might want to double check that. So he went and he double checked it, and then he came back, and his whole energy changed. I mean, completely. He was like, "Oh man, like I thought I had the tournament variations. I was so excited." And now he was like, "Ah, no, I don't think he's top tier anymore, man." He's like, "I think he's like a B tier, somewhere in the middle. I think he's pretty good." I'm like, "Dag, bro. Like, I mean, you can't." You know, what happened to the normals, man? The normals are still there. You're like, yeah, I mean, they cool and all, but you can't, you know, teleport someone from full screen and counter anything and do big punishes for 400 damage and all that stuff. I'm just like, damn, bro. So basically the moral of the story is that NRS kind of advertised, even from the teaser, when they did the teaser with the on Twitter with the transforming color imagery. And it had like the green, and then the purple, and then the red, and we were all trying to guess like who are the transformations and all that stuff. And yeah, man. Ever since then, it was all marketed around him transforming into these ninjas, and then when it drops, he can't turn into none of them. It's not that he can like turn into one or two, but the rest of them are locked. No, he can't turn into none of them.
Wait. Let's be specific. He can. If you want to play in a special mode just for you.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say. I see now. If you was a real troll, you would have said that he can. You just gotta do the fatal blow. Then that would have been like some real troll status right there. Like I would have to take the crown and assume the crown onto thy head. But Yeah, man, that advertising was, Lord, like everybody wanted to transform into the ninjas. That's all people were talking about. And then he comes out and it's like, nah, dog, have fun throwing fireballs and stuff. I mean, and don't get me wrong, it's dope. Throwing fireballs is amazing, but people wanted to play with the ninjas.
I mean, yeah, it's just, it was really disappointing for many people that it was locked behind the tournament variations. You know, the NRS community has so many competitive individuals, and I know a lot of those competitive individuals were really looking forward to Shang Tsung. So the fact that the advertising was a little fugazi, you know, has me holding my reservations now for Nightwolf. He looks like he can do some really cool stuff, but how much of it can you do in tournament?
Yeah, man. Fake news advertising. Fugazi advertising marketing strategy. It's just the way to go. Like, we promised you guys free drinks, free food, and possibly a cruise, but all we give you is a podcast. So you take what you can get and you keep it moving, basically.
Well, we'll see what actually happens when more details come out for Nightwolf. You know, I try to stay abreast on that as best I can, especially on my channel. Definitely use my feed to keep people up to date. But let's move on. So another thing they announced on the 1st of August, which was last Thursday, was that there's now going to be PS4 tournaments, a Challenger series. So it's introduced by PlayStation, and Mortal Kombat 11 is the first official game that they will be doing. They will be doing other AAA titles later in the year, including FIFA 20 and Battlefield 5. But for now, MK11 is the first. It's free to enter. You enter straight from your PS4. You hit the middle button, the middle touchpad, and it'll show you different times and such that you can register, which I need to do that. And you should too. But there will be different seasons for each tournament. And each tournament season has 3 stages of competition. So particularly for Mortal Kombat 11, as you advance through the stages, you can earn prizes that range from time crystals to cash, pretty much. So this is legit money and prizes that you can obtain from the comfort of your living room, which is really cool. You are able to sign up now if you want. Like I said, I have to sign up because I do plan on attempting this, because why not? And if you do want more info, I am more than happy to put the link in the pinned comment, which will be underneath the video player. So
they can check out the podcast Twitter.
They definitely can do that as well. But we're definitely going to talk a little more on that. One of the more important things about that to me is that it really shows how competitive gaming is trying to be more accessible. You know, straight from your living room, you come home from work, you can sit down, play your matches. It's all going to be controlled by PlayStation. They'll tell you who you got to play. It's a really nice system, I think. You know, and it's definitely in line with the way that things have been going and how I see them going in the future.
Yeah, I think online tournament series are always they can be kind of hit or miss, particularly for like old school gamer that's more grounded in going out and being around the people and stuff like that. However, if it's a medium that advertisers can use to market their whatever it is they're trying to market, and also like reward the players for putting on a show, and build intrigue for the game and stuff like that, bring new players and stuff that, you know, they don't have to deal with trying to get out of their comfort zone and trying to combat against their introvertedness or introversion. I don't know if either one of them are words. It's always a good thing. Like there's a lot of weekly tournaments as well for like other games that come to mind also that are really good for the community. Because I know like there's a lot of online warriors out there too that either can't travel or they convince themselves that they can't travel, and you get a shot at those guys in the brackets, and you get to kind of test your skills. So that's really cool, and it would be cool to see like more things like that over time, and hopefully it transitions into more in-person tournaments that have really good follow-through, because you know we know that like last year Red Bull had like a whole series that was apart from the Capcom Pro Tour, and you know, like to have more big events like that in multiple circuits, invitationals, is always going to be good for the FGC, especially since it's so niche by comparison to like shooters and stuff like that. The more representation, the more support that we can get, the better. So definitely excited about the free tournament, and might see some Frost action in there.
Hey. And one of the other things I do want to touch on is that if you do look at their rule set and the prizes and such, it does mention NEC. It mentions Northeast Championship.
So Big E's getting involved in the online scene? That's
what it seems like. It seems like there's been something worked out. So grand prize, that is one of the prizes that NEC is involved in. You have a chance to go. So definitely a great thing. Sign up if you can. That's not an ad, by the way. I just think it's really cool when people have opportunities. So there you go. Just alerting you to your opportunities.
But this could become an ad in the future, though. We're just gonna let y'all know. But if the advertisers want to jump on early,
hey,
the DMs are open.
They are open. So all of that happened before EVO officially kicked off. And we haven't even touched on the actual days of the event yet. So before we do and continue down that rabbit hole, we're going to run a couple quick promos. Well, more than a couple, but they'll be quick, I promise. So first, follow the AmethystLady Cast on Twitter. It is at AmethystLady Cast to keep up with the show as well as other happenings in the fighting game community, esports, and gaming. Also, make sure you follow your hosts. I am AmethystLady. On Twitter, it is Ms. AmethystLady. As well as subscribe to this channel and click the bell. I am a creative entrepreneur who has also been a gamer for many, many moons now. And I love the fighting game community, which I've been an active part of for many years. Also, follow Bedtimebuddy on Twitter. It is at Bedtimebuddy07. And subscribe and click the bell for his YouTube channel. The link will be in the description. He's been gaming for many years as well. And this also includes being a part of the fighting game community as a competitor. And he is also a content creator. Another thing, check out the Collective Esports organization. I'm sure you've seen some of our family members at various events, including myself and Bedtimebuddy. If you want to know more about TCall, definitely check out the website at www.thecollectiveesports.org. And finally, if you want to support the AmethystLady Cast and my other content creation ventures for gaming and the fighting game community, please take a look at my Patreon. It is at www.patreon.com/amethystkingdom. All of these links will be in the video description. Thank you so much for your support. Hey. Okay, so now let's tackle EVO 2019. Let's get right into it, starting with Friday. Here are the most notable things.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
It's about to get hot.
Oh, yeah. All right, so on Friday, Bandai Namco Esports specifically made a tweet that was a special message from Hiroki Tomoko, DBFZ's producer, that advised he would be on stage during the finals on Saturday. So with that, you already knew by Friday there was something planned for Fighter Z. So that's super exciting already. What a way to kick that off for them. Now for the Samurai Shodown enthusiast, Rimuru was available to be played.
Try saying that 5 times fast.
So you can get the experience of playing her as a perk to your attendance, and she looked pretty good. I saw a little bit of gameplay on Twitter, and she looked good. I know a lot of people were really hoping to be able to play her soon. I do believe she releases this month. She'll be out very soon.
Yeah, I didn't get to see any of her gameplay yet, but she's one of the OGs of dropping a slow piece of ice on your head. So, that whole everything that you hate about Genjuro right now. Not everything, because I don't believe she had a DP back in the day, but everything you hate about blocking Genjuro right now, minus the all right, look, Genjuro's broke. Okay, we're just not gonna talk about Genjuro, but she has the slow ice drop. It's gonna drop on your head, or she might grab you while it's on its way down, or she might hit you low and then the ice hits you and this hits you with a heavy. You gotta look out for all that stuff. So yeah, definitely one of the cool, no pun intended, characters that's in the franchise, and looking forward to seeing like some people get busy with her. Hopefully more of her than Nakoruru, because right now you hardly ever run into Nakoruru, and then every now and then you see like a renegade play her in tournament, and then they get washed and then they switch to Yoshitora, and which is disappointing. But definitely looking forward to her release and getting on to Basara, and which would be next, and everyone else. So
actually, you might have to amend that by the time we finish.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Might have something for me.
Yep. But definitely looking forward to all of the new things that will come out with her release for Samurai Shodown.
Wait, there's like new ways to embrace death through little lolly anime stab you chicks. Like, is there stuff that I don't know? Is there like another character?
Well, I mean, you didn't see any of her gameplay,
right.
So it'll be new for you.
Okay.
So I think you'll be very interested to see what she can do. You might even play her, but we'll see.
All right.
And next thing, so there were many other panels held throughout the entire weekend, but particularly I want to spotlight the Women of the FGC panel. That was held on Friday. So that also occurred on Friday. And in the Twitterverse, there was a lot of buzz and questioning about why a panel like this was even necessary, and a lot of negativity toward the idea of holding the panel or even needing the panel. But, after the panel was concluded, there was so much positivity promoted afterwards. And from what I was seeing, many people were happy they attended. Even from what I've gone through personally in the FGC, and from what I'm seeing in the Twitterverse about the aftermath of some parties recently.
Oh man.
That panel was undoubtedly needed.
Man.
Great job to everyone that was a part of that panel from conception to completion. I really appreciate the fact that it was held, and everyone that attended, everyone that made that panel happen. Props to you. Bravo.
Yeah, I think women. Well, let me ask you a question, right?
Sure.
So being a woman yourself in the FGC, do you feel like, obviously playing as devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Do you feel like the women focused speaking groups or speaking engagements or focus groups, or however you want to put it, or women centered events, tournaments, etc., the whole nine, anything that's specifically targeting women, Do you find that to be necessary or excessive in the way that you feel like there shouldn't be any degree of separation, be it regardless of what the purpose is? Like, do you think that women should band together and push as one or as a unit towards some common goal within the FGC? Or do you feel like by banding together, you're already accomplishing some degree of separation, and which is causing people to react in the way that the people have reacted?
Okay. This could be a whole separate podcast. It really could. But just to make things as summarized as possible for the sake of time, I will say that everyone's experience is different. I have been in this community a very long time, and I've been lucky enough to have people who have not put me through certain experiences that were negative that I hear from other people when they first were introduced to the community. Yeah, I've had my share of negative experiences from little things here and there, but for the most part, my community was very welcoming.
So you didn't have to go through like a proving phase of showing everybody that you were a legitimate player, that they had to really wake up for, that they had to prepare for, and that they could expect to see deep in brackets and stuff like that?
No, not really with my community. Once again, my community was pretty welcoming to the point where they would invite anyone in, but at the same time, they were protective of me.
Were you underestimated by default because you were a woman?
No.
Or were you underestimated at all? Or were you underestimated because you were new?
Pretty much, I had to prove myself just like everyone else. It was equal opportunity. But the thing is that if someone new came into the community, and they had certain views of me just because of my gender, then that was shut down really quick. That's what I mean by they were protective of it.
So it was shut down by supporting cast. Like, it's not really battles you had to fight on your own.
Right.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
So do you think that that's a special situation for a woman in the FGC to like have people that are willing to have her back when she's new, or when people are coming on and they're being ignorant in that type of way?
I think it's a situation that I was fortunate enough to have that many others didn't have.
Right.
So I think now the response of having those gatherings or those tournaments or those panels or events or what have you that are specifically for women is something similar to what I was able to get, and which I'm thankful for as I was coming up in the community. As you know, as I was becoming a competitor, because it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard enough to have to prove yourself as a competitor, because you're already beating yourself up when you're competitive. You're like, man, I really want to get better.
Yeah.
And you have things to worry about just from that perspective, but to have to deal with the added weight of people putting more on you just because of your gender, it's really annoying. So I just view all of this as something similar to what I was able to get when I was new and when I was coming up and raised in the community that I was. So this is good. This whole thing is good, I believe, because there are a lot of competitors out there that just happen to be women and that are very uncomfortable. So this helps them feel more comfortable. And I mean, I can't scoff at something that is going to be for that purpose, because some people need that.
Yeah, I think also nowadays there's been a lot more front and center, a lot more women front and center in a lot of different places or a lot of different platforms within the FGC. So you have like really strong players, then you have content creators, and you have team leaders, and you have like people that are doing public speaking and stuff like that now, reflective of the panel. You got people that are doing work like behind the scenes, like working with cross counter and all that type of stuff. So I think that nowadays, or at least it's coming around. I don't know if it's where it should be, but I think that the reason why, I think one of the big things that's keeping it from being where it should be right now is numbers. I think there just needs to be more women, and with the coming of more women, I think like there will also come like more. I think like for me personally, I think like women bring order, and I think that because like we men, like we're like all over the place, like we always need women to bring order, right? So so I think that the FGC can use a lot more order, and like when you look at panels like the panel that they had with I think it was Alicia and Jackie O. And when you look at the concept of talking about order, almost that whole panel was talking about order. And it's information that we could have gotten from some of our male leaders, and maybe we have gotten it in some sample size here and there and throughout, but never in as structured a format as like a panel. You know what I'm saying? That's like streamed, and you got people there in person that are digesting the content. You got people online. It's going to live online forever. So people are going to be able to go back and review it. And they're getting like really valuable tips that everybody should know, especially now that branding in the FGC is getting so hot. And but it's coming through a conduit that everybody is willing to listen to, and it's coming from a voice that everybody is willing to pay attention to. And I think that with more women being in more prominent positions in the FGC, I think the FGC might actually be able to see a lot more upside. You look at like a lot of these other games, and they're just so diverse. You go to like an Overwatch party, or you watch one online, you just see this crazy mix of people, like different cultures, different genders, different preferences, the whole nine. And everybody has different ideas and ideals and beliefs, but everybody believes and loves this one thing, and they love it equally. And from what I can see, there's like everybody suffers the same frustrations when they have some troll team and or like like favorite streamers getting banned, everybody's depressed, or like people are seeing like their heroes, like you go to a league thing and you see Faker and everybody wants a picture with him. Like it's not just like some girl, like everybody wants a picture with Faker, you know what I'm saying? So like I think that over time, just as we grow like within the FGC, like from inside, it'll show on the outside as well, and then maybe that will speak to investors and stuff like that. When it comes to esports, maybe the transition could be more organic, as opposed to like this thing that half of the people want but the other half don't, and the esports demon is just like, no, I'm here. That's it. I don't care what you say, I'm here. And then when the esports demon is like, dang, there's not that much lifeblood here. I was like, you know what? I'm not here.
I'm not here. I'm out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm gone. Y'all can go back to that thing, whatever grassroots y'all said y'all had before, and go back to winning $50 at your local every 2 weeks. But yeah, I think the panel, I think the idea of the panel was dope, and most importantly, the follow through, because again, man, we guys, whoa, we have all the best ideas in the world, but without that driving force, man, like the chances of some type of execution are so slim. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they got so as busy as they did and did as many things as they did this weekend. It was dope.
Yeah, definitely props to them. All right, so you spoke of Faker in League of Legends. You're gonna like this next thing. So Tom Cannon, the EVO founder and Riot employee, did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
He confirmed what has been a lingering suspicion for a very long time.
Nani?
Riot is officially working on a fighting game, which will be the first game outside of League of Legends for Riot.
Man, so much news this weekend that I actually forgot about the League fighting game. And this is something that's been talked about for a long time. And mind you, like I was one of those like early League of Legends adapters. Like I think the new character when I came on, I might be wrong, I think it was Aurelia. I think that was season 2. It might have been late season 1. I'm not sure. It might have been Aurelia, but I'm not sure. But man, like, this has been in the talks for so long. I remember on League of Legends, me and I used to talk to Fnatic about it. And God rest his soul, I used to talk to Ninja CW about it a lot. And we used to just like, we talk about like that, the blur the lines between like League and fighting games, how much we love fighting games. We're like unsure, like that is League thing looks like it's gonna be kind of big. Maybe we should take this serious. We're really good. It's like, dang, but I'm already good at fighting games, so it's like, you know. But we spent so much time because League of Legends games take so long, and we would just be there just for hours, boom, hamming the games out, and it's cool, man, that they would cross over and actually do it. Maybe a woman got involved, but, but yeah, like it's gonna be really cool. Like, they have so many characters. Like, if I remember right, League right now has well over 100 characters, and all different kinds of characters. You got like nuke mages, you got assassins, you got tanks, you got supports, like all kinds of stuff. But like within that, you got a lot of different play styles. Like, you got teleporters, you got lockdowns, you got melee, you got high mobility and movement, you got just all kinds of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see like what they end up doing, what kind of fighting system they decide to implement, right? Because is it going to be more of a Naruto Storm fighting system? Because maybe we don't think that's a fighting game. Is it going to be more like Smash? Because is it going to be more like Marvel? Like, is it going to be like a tag team joint, like cross tag and like some anime type fighting? Like, that'll be pretty cool, right? Or is it going to be more methodical fighting, like Street Fighter or, you know, Mortal Kombat or something? It's, who knows which way it's gonna go. Like, we're talking an American, well, it's not even like an American fighting, it's worldwide. It would be a worldwide fighting game. So right now they're on their auto chess grind, along with another large percentage of the world, and I have no reason to believe that that a fighting game can become as viral as, say, like a Fortnite or auto chess. Auto chess, that's not for your boy Bedtime Buddy. But it's for a whole lot of other people out there. And you know, can League of Legends be the banner that brings a large audience to fighting games? And what would that mean for all of the other games within fighting games? It's so awesome to think about, and it would do so much for the scene, in my opinion. And it'll be really cool to see like what they do.
There's definitely a lot to think about when it comes down to that particular announcement. I know that even before I had any sort of understanding on how League of Legends worked, or even a little bit before I knew what League of Legends was or started hearing about it, you know, there was one of the first things that I know I thought of was, didn't they mention something about a fighting game for this? So the rumor even caught my ears, and let me tell you, I have heard things about League, but I haven't really even started approaching playing League until like this year. So you know, I've heard about it way before I even entertained trying to play it. But I think it would be very interesting, as you've already said, the system that they decide to go with. I do recall that one of the main things that they mentioned is that they wanted to make it accessible to as many people as possible. So
that's a scary word.
It can be scary.
It sounds like Naruto Storm.
I mean, it can be scary. But we have to wait and see. I think that, personally, I think it would be really cool if it was like a Marvel type game. I think it would be cool.
I think it'd be. I mean, we like Marvel, so you know, I think that if I had to guess, it's probably gonna be something like Grand Blue.
Okay. I mean, that's not a bad thing either.
But I just don't know if they would like animate the characters in that type of way. I don't know if they want the characters to look cartoony.
This
Maybe
could
more
be
realistic look.
This could be like a whole different podcast topic.
Yeah, there's
really could.
a lot of ways, a lot of directions they can go with the look and the pace, and I just don't want Naruto Storm, please. I just don't want that fighting system. I don't want Tenkaichi. I don't want Budokai 3, even though it was awesome. I don't want Legends. I don't want Ultimate Battle 22.
Would you do KOF Max Impact?
That's about the hardest. Wait, Max Impact.
That was the phone 3D game? One.
I don't think did I play that one? I don't know if I played that one.
What?
I don't know if I played that one.
Oh,
I played so many of them that like I probably did. I don't know.
I actually enjoyed Max Impact. Maybe it'll be like Rumble Roses. Who knows? But anyway, let us know in the comments if you want us to really deep dive on that, because that topic could go miles and miles and miles ahead of where this car is going right now.
Stop, that's crazy. Hopefully we get it soon, like within the next 2 years.
It might take longer than that.
Guilty Gear 2020, League of Legends 2021.
We'll just have to see.
Along with a Marvel Infinite relaunch.
Oh man, you pushing it. But anyway, so one last thing I want to bring up about Friday. So all of Soul Calibur 6 was completed on Friday. Mm-hmm. And the community was definitely there for it. The amount of hype that was generated from the crowd, the competitors, the commentators, it just kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time. Top 3 for that game was Yutoto from Japan, Blue God from the US, and Skill from France. So,
Skiru,
Voldo, Aswell, Mitsuru. I did not see a Voldo winning this particular tournament, but I actually saw Aswell probably winning.
Y'all just was stuck on Aswell. Look, T-Call hates Aswell, okay? And for whatever reason, I don't know why they hate Aswell so much. I say just step him.
I mean, he's really good. He's really good. That's why. He's super good.
He's okay.
Oh, jeez, this guy.
He's okay.
Anyway, another thing that people started to notice that day was the season pass updated their description.
Right.
It said something that most of the community figured but just didn't have confirmation of.
And what did the community think?
That Cassandra, the sister of Sophitia, would be playable.
Right.
At some point.
But what did the community think about the future of the game?
Okay, so this is particularly why I said the community was there for it, because a lot of people throughout the entirety of the fighting game community thought that the game was dying.
DEA dead.
If not already dead.
Ooh. Devastating.
Ooh. So that was really soft confirmation that it wasn't dead, but I think even with that soft confirmation, people were still under the impression that there was no way.
Because, it could have been perceived as a send-off. You're like, all right, it was a good run. Mm-hmm. This is the last character as we promised. Here you go. Hope you enjoy. This is our last contribution to this scene from the Soul Calibur team, and then back off.
Well, we will get into how that unfolds later as well.
Okay.
But yes, Cassandra was revealed if you were savvy enough to look at the season pass description. So a lot of people were excited for that. Some people, still weren't happy. A lot of people were wondering where Shang Tsung was, or Setsuka was, or any mention of that. But we'll get into what actually happened a little later in the cast.
Everybody that was in the AmethystLady Discord definitely was hip. just so y'all kind of,
Hey, definitely bring your butt right into my Discord.
Park it.
Come on in. We are friendly in the kingdom. But alright, so let's go ahead to Saturday. So, most notable things about Saturday. We're on Saturday. Can you believe this? All that, and we're just on Saturday.
Wow. Pardon.
Yeah. But, okay, so Under Night concluded bright and early. The top 3 for that game was Clear Lamp, Oshuhito, and Hichigata. So there were also announcements from that popular game of a new character being introduced by the name of Landrakia. I hope I said that right.
Yeah. Which Animakia.
As well as a new version being released with new moves and balance adjustments, and all of this is coming sometime in early 2020. So they didn't give an exact date.
Yeah.
But early 2020. I've heard nothing but good things about that game, and I'm glad that it got a great deal of shine this EVO. So props to that community. You deserve it. Great job.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of hype right now surrounding, I don't know if it was a super or what it was with a tank. Maybe you guys can kind of explain to us what's going on with the tank in the comments. Supposedly it was an old school meme from way back before memes was even hype, and something about a tank getting on the screen, and
we'll get to that.
Okay,
we'll get to that.
I don't know nothing about it. I see everybody's hype about a tank, and I'm like, all right, it was a super. Like, what's the big deal?
We might not get into the lore, but we'll explain more of that later in the cast as well. Just wait till we get to Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
So, Dragon Ball Fighter Z concluded on Saturday as well, and this game's top 3 was Goichi, Sonic Fox, and Fenridi. I'm very happy for this community and the renewed support they received with the announcement of the World Tour. They had a time where the World Tour was up in the air, right?
Yes. It was unclear if there was going to be a Dragon Ball Tour, and it was because it's like some copyright issues with like Bandai Namco and.
Well, either way, I'm happy that they received, renewed support. They were definitely super happy. They put on a hell of a show. And I'm even happier with the display of skill and emotion. Goichi was so happy and on the verge of tears. Mm-hmm. And that was just super awesome to see. Like, moments like that where you can just, you feel it, whether you're there witnessing it or you're seeing it through the screen because you can't be there. Mm-hmm. Moments like that are some of the best things about EVO.
Yeah, and shout outs to the younger generation of superstar players that have been able to pull emotion out of the Japanese players and allow them to really show their personalities and like show you how relatable and how likable and how human they are. Whereas like before they were kind of viewed as like these archaic and just like these
robots.
I wouldn't say like robots, but they were just like so stoic. and like they were unmovable, like in victory and defeat. Like it didn't matter how big the win or whatever. It was just like it was just Tuesday, move forward. And nowadays you just see so much emotion. Like you see these guys like talking on their streams and they're way more expressive. And to think, right, like you would think that as you get older you would kind of box in more and get more refined and stuff like that, but I think that their evolution has been one that has just brought more out. So now we actually know if we really do relate to Daigo or if we really do relate to Goichi or Bonchan, and we get to find out if we relate to these guys. And before they just kind of seemed like untouchable. So I think it's really cool the effect that these young whippersnappers are having on these old legends.
Also, the show of sportsmanship was amazing between he and Sonic Fox after the finals. I really love that as well. Like that really makes me feel so good to see. And they also have just a storyline that's super rich. So it has emotion, it has call outs.
Yeah, it's like the community built up that storyline and they didn't reject it to their credit. And now it's just a historic part of the FGC now. So cool stuff.
Super wholesome, very cool. And furthermore, Janemba?
Yeah, Janemba.
Janemba and Gogeta are
EVO
going to
incarnate.
join the fight. Their teaser trailers were shown. Janemba comes out August 8th. And Gogeta still does not have a definitive date for release, but is coming.
That's going to be sick. I think Gogeta should have the Dragon Fist. He's going to have the Stardust Throw. He's going to probably have the final Kamehameha. Oh, it's just going to be sick. So powerful. And Janemba has like evil fairy dust. And he has the sword. He has like this sword where like he'll like cut reality. I don't know if he has it in the game, but if he has it, that'll be dope. I'm pretty sure because they always like to do their anime representation, and Janemba was only in Dragon Ball movie, so it's not like if they have to pull from different parts of a saga and all this stuff. They just pull from the movie and that's it. The way that he would teleport, so cool. Like he would tear like a rip in reality and like step into it and then appear wherever he wants to appear, or he could like stick his limb into some piece of reality and then have it appear out on some other side. So I could totally imagine limbless zoning, where like in Street Fighter you have Dawson who's gonna stick his limb all the way across the screen. Janemba's just gonna stick it in a portal and it's just gonna appear behind you. And think V13, where she would like have the swords come from a portal out of nowhere behind you and stuff like that. Some of them are overhead, some of them are lows. I could totally imagine Janemba being a lot like that. So you guys that were upset about Kid Buu, get ready for Janemba.
About to be way more upset by your prediction. Well, here, Samurai Shodown was the next game to conclude, and it had a phenomenal turnout. Like, it put on such a good show. I was pleased with the diversity. In other words, it wasn't all Genjuro.
It was mostly Genjuro though, right?
Well, we had some Hamaru, Tam, Galford. I love watching the game for the change of pace.
Wait, you gotta give me one time. Yeah.
So the top 3 for that game was Infiltration, Kazunoko, and Jaewon. And hopefully this game continues to have a prosperous run, because I really enjoy watching it being played. Now, granted, I do also play it, and I play Wu Rizhang. Who unfortunately I didn't see any of, but I guess there's a good reason for that.
We literally saw 0 Wu Rizhang. She might have appeared on stream at some point. Again, if you guys like Samurai Shodown, y'all watched the whole thing and saw, maybe y'all could timestamp something for us in the comments, but we saw 0 Wu Rizhang. Not one.
She's about as rare being played as the dragon that she can get out. Oh man, she's about as rare as a dragon. But hopefully, we'll see more as the game progresses. More character diversity, but Genjuro did win.
Yes.
It wasn't a Yoshitora, but that's because, in my belief, Genjuro can handle Yoshitora.
Yeah, again, Genjuro fights Yoshitora really well. And I think that it's one of those situations where you have one top tier that is very effective against another top tier, so it kind of walls off that other top tier. So, Genjuro's really good at countering Yoshitora's biggest strengths. So,
hopefully we will see more characters. I definitely didn't expect to see a Galford, but we saw one. And of course, Justin with that super lethal Tam. That was definitely expected, at least from me.
Yeah, I think I picked Justin to win, but Kazunoko with those parries went. He just went ballistic. Like he just locked in and Justin was doing well, and then out of nowhere, Kasanoko got a little read, and a read, somebody get some kind of download on you in Sam Show. That's gonna be big, humongous chunks of damage. So we started he kept some of the money in the bank though. Like he would wait until Justin's at like half or a little more than half, and then he would get a really big parry into a super, and those things are just devastating. Justin's not gonna come off of his game plan of trying to poke you out. Justin's been doing that for so long, but I don't know. Maybe your character switch was in order.
I mean, I don't know, but one thing I do know is that Justin was super focused. He DQ'd himself
from Street Fighter.
He really wanted that title, so we will just have to see what happens the next major tournament.
Yep.
And
shout outs to everybody who thought when Samurai Shodown came out that they was gonna get some free touches over there. Maybe get a couple crossover anime players here and there, and it'll be hot for a month. Nah, man, that game is international as I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
You got top players from many different games going over there, but you have a lot of the extremely talented Street Fighter players playing Sam Show. So if you thought you was gonna go to that major and steal Sam Show, you better train to fight the Sam Show mains, like you see every week playing at NLBC and Wednesday night fights, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to prepare for the top players that are world class in other games, especially Street Fighter, like a Kasanoko or like a Justin Wong. And good luck.
Good luck. So next, to end Saturday, we had Mortal Kombat 11 top 8. The top 3 were Sonic Fox, Dragon, and Tekken Master. Sonic Fox is just so dominant in the NRS realm, more so since he decided to go with Cassie and continue his Yas Queen variation run of terror. It was just super convincing. He 3-0'd with not even a bracket reset.
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where a lot of people are learning how to play actively while competing against Sonic Fox. I think Street Fighter experienced that for a little while with Punk, where people are like borrowing bits and pieces from his style and adding it to their game and finding their own game, and then somewhere at the end there was this big passing of the guard per se, because Punk is still very live and capable of winning any tournament, but where it kind of leveled out a little bit, you know what I mean? So now you look at a game like Mortal Kombat, and you may have some players that are a little more effective at fighting Sonic Fox than others, maybe because they train with him, or maybe they study him really hard and they prepare to fight him and stuff like that. But Sonic Fox, he gets so many reps in with so many different characters that you just never know who he's practicing for the next event, what variation. Like right now, everybody that plays Cassie, most of them are playing Digital Soldier, and then you have Sonic Fox come out with this Yas Queen variation, and he's winning a tournament. So now he's going to motivate the Cassie players to figure out how to use the Yas Queen variation as well, and we're just going to round them out. But by the time they figure that out, he's already moved on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So you got people that are currently using Aaron Black. Obviously, he started off using Aaron Black, carried over from last game, and people at that time, back when the game first released, don't know how to block drop kick 2 times in a row, have some type of answer for if he does the EX into the shot, are not used to blocking the 3 overheads, or the combination punches that goes into an overhead and the slide, knowing how to properly operate the wake up system so they can get out of the slide into the EX poison, all of that stuff. And now that people have gotten a little more familiar with it, he's like, all right, let me give him a different look, hit him with the Cassie. So people are going to start figuring out how to deal with Cassie more, and then he's going to be already moved on to something else. It's going to be it's going to be like Devora or something that people just aren't ready for, right? So hats off to him being able to inspire the scene enough so that they want to go beat him, but stay a step ahead of the scene as well. So that way, when they arrive at the juncture that he was at, he's already on to the next the next big thing. And like he might not win every single tournament, but he wins a lot of the really big and important ones.
Right.
So he might lose like a ECT or he might still, and by mind you, in losing effort, still getting top 8, top 3.
For sure.
Right. Might lose like online event number 32 or something. You know what I mean? But then when it comes to like some big regional tournament, like I can't think of one off the top of my head, like a combo breaker, yeah, final round, something like that. He's gonna kick the door down and start beating everybody up. You're like, dang, I thought this dude fell off. Like, nah, he ain't fall off. Like that's still Sonic Fox, man. He'll beat you in a game that you play every day, and he don't even play that John. Mess around and beat you in that too. So
yeah, the kid's just amazing. Amazing kid. But let's finally move on to Sunday. So we're on Sunday. Hold on to your butts. Part 2, the movie. All right. So this was an amazing day for many different reasons. And we are about to cover so much more. Ready? Most notable things about Championship Sunday. So, Blaze Blue Cross Tag started things off.
Bude's Bude.
The top 3 was Shinku from the US, Kiame from Japan, and Domi from Japan. So, someone from the USA took the number 1 spot.
In an anime game.
He managed to become a world champion after resetting the bracket. And once again, one of the things that I absolutely loved was the sportsmanship between himself and the opponent. Like, he was so happy.
He's like rolling on the floor, Justin style happy. Yes.
Yeah. He was like on the verge of tears, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
So, and his opponent was just so happy for him. So, shout out to the anime community. Still one of the best communities in my opinion.
Yeah.
I originally started in anime, so a special place in my heart. But it was really, really cool to see. And then also announced was Blaze Blue Cross Tag 2.0 expansion pack, which will release on November 21st.
I still don't get banged.
I'm sorry. My apologies.
Oh, so this is when we talk about the tank.
Yes, so the characters, well, they're going to do 9 new characters eventually, which is super ambitious for them. But for now, the expansion pack that will be on November 21st will include Yumi, Akatsuki, Neapolitan, and Blitz Tank.
Oh wait, so the tank wasn't a super, it was a character?
Yes.
What?
You can actually play as a whole tank.
Wait, so was that featured in another game and they crossed it over, or was that a cross tag original?
That I'm not sure of. I wish I was more versed. Hey, if someone knows in the comments, please let me know. Help us out. But I did definitely see it as a tank.
I thought it was a super.
It is a tank.
What? How do you play fighting games against something like that?
I think.
How do you know when it's blocking?
I think the developers said something to the effect of, "Don't even worry about it. Just know you can play as a tank." So whatever questions you have, just know you're playing as a tank.
All right, let me try to predict this thing. I'm thinking I'm getting a strong Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Marvel Superheroes vibe, where you have a really large boss like an Onslaught, or I forget who was the other one. It was Onslaught in one of them, and oh man,
trying to think. Oh man,
it was Onslaught and then someone else. It was like Magneto mixed with some other stuff.
Well, the tank isn't that big. I've seen it moving around. It's not that.
But I don't think it's gonna. What I was trying to get at was I'm getting the vibe of like a big enemy that can't block but has super armor on everything. and it hits relatively hard. And you just gotta like place your attacks. Cause I can't imagine a tank like air dashing, instant air dash backwards, and canceling all the specials. And
I mean, you don't have to imagine it. They probably did it for you.
Instant air dashing tank that covers half of the screen. What is command grabbing the tank gonna look like? Could you imagine Tager spark bolt the tank? It bounces off the wall, goes over to Tager. He electric pulls it, jacks it up on his shoulders, jumps 1,000 miles in the air, and then comes down and slams it.
The tank flips over then.
Nah, there's no way. It has to.
I'm trying to make sense of it myself.
No, it has to have. It has to have armor. It has to have armor.
Oh no.
Unthrowable, has armor, hits really hard but can't block. And you just gotta ping, 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 ping.
Well, we'll find out November 21st. And also, on top of that, for free the same day, the version 2.0 patch will be released as a major balance adjustment for all users. So it's pretty much a free major update. And then the expansion pack you actually have to pay for. I think the expansion is $24.99.
Okay. Oh, one more prediction on Blitz Tank.
Yep.
Takes both character slots.
I can agree with that. I can actually agree with that.
Big giant health bar, takes both character slots. Can't be thrown, can't block. Has super armor on everything, and can hit really hard. There you go. You heard it here first.
Hey, let us know in the comments if you're rocking with Bedtime Buddy's prediction. Oh man, that's fun.
I predicted the Soul Calibur announcement, so y'all better be rocking with me.
We're not there yet.
Alright, well, let's go.
Alright, so next, Street Fighter was next. But before things even kicked off, Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods, creator of Up Up Down Down YouTube channel and an avid gamer as well as pro wrestler, came out on the main stage to address Ono's attendance. So remember earlier in the week, Ono made that tweet that he wasn't coming. We talked about that toward the beginning of the cast.
Yeah.
Eventually, the heartfelt speech led to the crowd involvement with bringing Ono up to the main stage. So yes, he was there. He was right in the front. And he came with an announcement that at Capcom Cup, we should look forward to an announcement. So he came with an announcement. Well, he came with a speech, heartfelt speech.
Yeah, with a scroll.
With a scroll.
Yeah.
Very notably, it was green.
He survived the forest of death and obtained the scroll in record-breaking time. Gara was very upset.
He obtained the scroll, and he told us to look forward to an announcement at Capcom Cup. So even though the original announcement was botched, they would have had more before the year is over.
Right. So it's a confirmation that that was the announcement. That's all they had. But it's also, I got you later type thing.
So before the end of the year, Street Fighter will be getting something more.
Will it be a netcode? Probably not, right?
Probably not.
Oh.
The more pressing question that popped up in my head was, will the community be happy?
Everybody be... Don't sue us.
Oh, no.
Look, I think that you can't please everybody, especially Street Fighter fans. Actually, I think that you can't please everybody, especially Street Fighter fans. However, if you can please 50% of the Street Fighter fans, you're doing good, because at least 25% of that remaining 50% that are displeased are actually pleased, but they want to act like they're not pleased to either A, fulfill some agenda that they have to get their character buffed, B, because they're waiting on a netcode, or C, because their favorite influencer is unhappy or seeming to be unhappy because their favorite influencer is unhappy. And then you have unhappyception.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that in the Street Fighter community, think about it, man. Let's think about this real hard.
Hey, you're doing some real hard thinking.
Let's
Go
think
right
about
ahead.
this really, really hard. How often do you play a game that you hate? How much time do you spend out of your day playing a game that you hate? I want everybody to really think about this. Everybody. How about you? You?
Me, I don't spend any
Zero
time
playing
a game that I hate.
that you hate.
I mean, I don't hate any game that I play.
Right. Okay. Now, me personally, I dislike shooting games.
Okay.
Right. But every now and then, I'll turn on a shooting game just to play with my friends. Whatever. It's very rare, but it will happen sometimes. With that, I will also not train in a shooting game to try to win shooting game money. If it was about the bag, let's think about this, right? Why would I train to be great at a fighting game or as a content creator when I could put all that time into a shooting game that has 2 times the bag and I have a team with me? It doesn't make sense for me to apply my gaming talents to a fighting game if it's about the money.
Okay.
So why do these people spend so much time playing the game that they hate, following the game that they hate, talking about the news of the game that they hate, commenting on all the tweets? When I see something that I don't like on Twitter, I don't comment on it. Unless I'm like significantly outraged. I would have to be like, I have to be extremely outraged. The emotion that I have has to be so extreme to get me to talk about it. And these people comment on everything. Everything. Like, oh no, pass gas. They all over it. So, I think at least 25% of that outraged, other 50% is not really outraged. I think they actually do love the game. And that would leave me with 75% approval, and which is not too bad, you know. Street Fighter 5 is kind of volatile, you know. You got the crush counters, you got people dashing all the time, you got Akuma jumping in the air, throwing his little fireball, but he might not throw the fireball, he might just kick you in the head. And you know what? We've seen those mechanics wreak havoc in other fighting games.
Oh no, don't say it.
We've seen these 2D mechanics wreak havoc in other fighting games.
Don't say it.
So when you see Goki or the blonde menace, Senor El Geese, throwing his Repukins, and people just lock up and they don't know what to do about it. Hey. Anyway.
Oh, you had to mention geese. Anyway, after some amazing matches, the top 3 for Street Fighter V was Bonchan, Big Bird,
2 Red Bull,
and Infectus.
Stoneface.
Stoneface. Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi. He the North.
Yeah, and Bonchan wanted it so bad. Like, it was palpable how bad he wanted to win.
Yeah.
So, it was his time. And, man, but Big Bird gave him a hell of a fight.
Yes, he did.
That was something.
You see, I think that some people can complain about the whole Rashid thing, but you know, Bonchan, using Karen, you know, a lot of people complain about Karen right now too.
Oh, I trust me, I know.
And in the first set, I think Bonchan went down 0-2. It's Big Bird. I'm not sure did it get reset. I can't remember if it got reset. I don't think it got reset. He brought it back, right?
I believe he brought it.
I think he brought it back 3 straight.
My memory's a little fuzzy.
We thought he was going to switch to Sagat. Everybody in the chat was saying, switch to Sagat. Bring out the Sagat. Because he got, the 2-0 was a wash. Mm-hmm. And then he stuck to his guns. He stuck with Karen. We were thinking, try the Sagat now. Take a look at it. And then in the reset, you bring out the Karen. This dude just came roaring back. He stuck to had the courage of his convictions. Stuck to Karen. and he just brought it all the way back. Yeah, because I remember it was 2-2, and it was the last round, and Big Bird was like, he got a pretty good situation because he got a knockdown from a super that he used prematurely, but he decided to get the damage while he could. But he had V-trigger. Bonchan didn't. Bonchan was towards the left side corner, and then Big Bird put the whirlwind up.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Bonchan don't got nowhere to run. He has to respect the whirlwind. So Big Bird, I thought, would walk him down, but the emotion of the situation get a little carried away, and Bonchan woke up from that knockdown holding up back. So Big Bird's fly kick, in which normally would touch the guard, and then Rashid would flip back through the tornado and get back across the screen. So you kind of mount up a little bit of chip. So ideally, Bonchan wakes up blocking. He blocks the fly kick. It chips him a little bit. He runs in, makes him maybe block another one. It chips him a little bit more. Then he has to block a couple tornado procs. And then it chips him a little more. And now you can start jabbing and all that nonsense. Bonchan woke up holding up back. And he just punished him on the way down and got the W. I was like, wow. Like, I don't know if it was a up back panic or if it was a up back, I know what you about to do, son. But either way, it was sick. Man, Bonchan held it together and got the dub.
Yes, an excellent display. So that was awesome to watch. I do like watching high level Street Fighter. I really, really do. But let's move on. So Soul Calibur made its way onto the main stage. Even though...
Some way, somehow.
Yep, some way, somehow. Even though it concluded on a previous day, Soul Calibur had an announcement. And what seemed to be something that many people thought, i.e. like the game was dead, Cassandra was leaked, the end of the Soul Calibur franchise, we were instead greeted with the news of a new season. And now this is the kicker. The joining of Samurai Shodown and Soul Calibur with the addition of Haomaru as a guest character.
Yep.
Crazy.
Very crazy. It also makes me wonder if a Soul Calibur character is also going to cross into Sam Show. And if so, then who would it be? It wouldn't be Rugi, obviously, because you wouldn't just exchange samurais like that. There's already two of a similar archetype in Sam Show. You'd have to also think that unless it's like Taki, then this person wouldn't have a projectile.
True.
Who would be so cool in Sam Show from Soul Calibur? And I think that a really cool fit that Sam Show doesn't already have, but it's never gonna happen, to be honest with you, would be Talon.
Talon?
Yeah, I think that would be a really cool fit because she has like the whole short range but touch you a lot thing going on. Sam Show doesn't have any characters like that because of the repel when you touch someone.
Right.
So it makes me wonder, like, how would they implement her? Like maybe the flips into the lows, and like, I don't know. I just think she would be really cool to throw in there. Just like, you have a little small little thing smacking you for
where they're tonfa.
Yeah.
That would definitely be different. Like, that's really good. I never really thought about that. That she would be very interesting. But we'll just have to see how much of an exchange is going to happen between the two franchises.
As long as they don't cross over Nightmares, that would be corny. That's probably what they would do.
What if they cross over Voldo?
Oh, no. No.
You're like, no.
I reject.
Season 2 is already upon us because Cassandra was released today. So we are well within Season 2 of Soul Calibur 6. New things are coming.
All kinds of new
things. Like that trailer was packed with all sorts of new goodies and new things that people are going to be able to watch out for, and it gives people who maybe took a step back from the game a chance to reacquaint themselves with a game that's a bit more robust, I guess you could say, with features and a guest character. And, you know, we still have to see who's going to be the other characters that will be released. Hopefully, it's Setsuka. I would like Setsuka to come back, me personally. But more than any other character, legacy character or anything, I'm just really happy that they are supporting the community. Soul Calibur 6 is supporting the community, hearing the community, listening.
Yeah.
It's a really endearing thing to see, especially since Soul Calibur is my favorite series of fighting game. So we will definitely see what happens with that. More than likely, I will give it another go as well. Yeah.
Hey, you know, if you guys, if T-Call's playing Soul Calibur, I'm playing Soul Calibur. The main reason why I stopped was because everyone else took a break to focus on their main game. So, like, even Jacob, you know, took a break to focus more on his Tekken.
Yeah.
And Larry was Larry just is kind of in a non-tournament season at the moment, but he was really strong though. So and the only person that really kept on playing was Greg 56K. So in which also he kind of made his stamp in the community to some degree as well. So
for sure.
If everyone's gonna be playing again, then it'll be cool to get back in the ring, and hopefully I can deal with Nightmare a little better this time.
Well, I mean, your character definitely at least has one new move, so...
Yeah, because, like, all I had was one break attack, so... and it was jumpable and blockable. Like, I heard all these stories about how that break attack used to be unblockable, and I was like, what is all this good stuff that I'm hearing that I don't have anymore? It said the bomb was unblockable, I think it was forward 2 or something like that, or wait, the terminology is different in Soul Calibur, so it was like...
it's different.
It was 2... Wait,
2AB?
No, 6 BB.
Oh, 6 BB.
Yeah, when she like stabs you and then puts the bomb on you and then it blows up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 2 BB or 6 BB. Sorry.
Well, she also had one where she could just do the bomb by itself.
Yeah, that was whatever number is back. So it was like, what's that? 5B. She'll put the bomb on you just raw without stabbing you first.
But it's 4.
4. There you go. So. I gotta get used to the numeric system for Soul Calibur again. It's the only one amongst the games that I play that play by those rules on the numbers.
It's all good.
Actually, no, because Mortal Kombat does it too, right?
I mean, if they do, I don't pay attention.
It'd be like 2 HP and whatever, man.
It's all
There's
good.
So much terminology. My question to you is: do you think that they're gonna have the punch in Soul Calibur? And if they do have the punch, will it knock down? And will it be the same sound effect?
Which punch? Oh, the Hamaru punch? Yeah, I think they will.
I think so too.
It's a little too iconic at this point.
Yes. And hoping that they nerf that punch. You heard it here first. I need that punch to get nerfed. I can't take this guy just running around the screen and yeah, and like it's so fast. Come on, man, let me punish it. Just let me punish it. Like you disarmed the guy, and all you did was just start a party because he's just having the time of his life.
You still empowered him, just in another way.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's move on. So Tekken started, and man, as usual, there was some very good Tekken on display. Every match was just amazing, and the top 3 after all was said and done was Arslan Ash, Nee, and Anakin. Now, I can tell you that Arslan set the bar so high, and Nee just had a hell of a time trying to defeat that man. Arslan is the first ever unified EVO champion because he won EVO Japan and he won this one.
Yeah, that was dope.
So this man is undisputedly the best we've seen.
He's gonna hit the. He's gonna get the Canelo belt soon. You're gonna have to play him in the Canelo weight. You're gonna have the Canelo belt, his own little special. They call it the franchise champ. So Arslan's gonna be the franchise champion. All he has to do now is win the Tekken World Tour, and that's it. It's gonna be his own franchise. If you want to play Arslan, you gotta fulfill special conditions.
Oh my goodness!
Then you unlock the final boss. He'll descend from the skies, and then he'll beat you real quick, and then he'll just reascend back up into greatness.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, it is what it is.
He was so dominating, but Nee came closer than I've seen to beating him. But in the end, Arslan Ash he reigned supreme. So props to him. And further, there was no disappointment because it was announced that Season 3 is happening for Tekken 7 and 2 fighters were announced.
After Harada already etched in stone that he was not giving no more characters. He broke the tablets and said, I give you tablets anew.
Actually, he came out with Ono's scroll.
So
we already knew something was gonna go.
Yeah, Ono thought he was gonna be able to path back through the forest of death after doing his soliloquy, and then he got ambushed by Harada.
Nope.
And he got tied to a tree, and Harada took the stage afterwards.
Yep.
And proceeded to troll by herky-jerky and on and off the stage.
And proceeded to announce that Zafina will be coming back. She was first introduced in Tekken 6. So she will be returning in September. And the other character is Leroy Smith.
Leroy.
I know, right? He's a brand new character.
Mm-hmm.
He will be coming before the year is out, projected in winter. So that's going to be very interesting. Zafina, I do know that I can't even say a lot of people were asking for her, but there were dedicated accounts asking for her on Twitterverse. So she was a very unique character, but unfortunately a lot of her frame data wasn't the best. So hopefully
she got new powers now.
True. She also has a glowy hand, which apparently Azazel is trapped in. Azazel was the boss for Tekken 6, so it's going to be very interesting to see how she utilizes the hand. I think it's kind of cool because it reminds me of Amethyst. So I'm probably going to try her. And Leroy Smith, I don't know what to expect other than he very visibly uses Wing Chun.
Mm-hmm.
But others are saying little details from the trailer, such as I believe he had like a cane, that he might actually be blind.
I say what I've been saying for a little while now. I think it's going to roll into 2020. It is the year of the black lead, the year of the black hero, the year of the black character.
Hey, I'm for it.
And you think about who was like the first character that went crazy this year that everybody was just nonstop cosplaying and nonstop talking about.
It's a good question.
This was after Bowsette.
After Bowsette.
It was after Bowsette. It's the next character after that. It was actually the Pokemon trainer or the gym leader.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of her name at the moment, but that seemed to have like kicked off this initiative of black leads or black characters in like really prominent positions. And we have this now in Tekken, and we got a little something for Guilty Gear.
Oh, that's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, but here, just to finish off Tekken, there are also more characters coming, a new stage, and other changes coming, such as expanded practice functionality and new moves, just to name a couple. We're looking at all of this being completely revealed by spring 2020, according to the timeline in the trailer. If you haven't seen that, check it out. trailer is really, really cool.
Dope stuff.
Now, even though I said we, kind of be trying to push past Tekken, the sorta is, but sorta isn't. I do want to point out that as Tekken finals were happening, there was something that happened in the arena where something similar to a codec call, yep, similar to what you would find in the Metal Gear series, appeared, and the words, "That was some good ass Tekken," were on the screen.
Mm-hmm. And that started some controversy.
Yeah, it wasn't on the stream. If you were watching the stream, you couldn't see it. But it was on the Titantron screen.
Yeah. All we saw
in
was
the arena.
All we saw was Nee looking around like, what was that?
What was that?
He got up off the seat. He's like, should I get off the stage or?
Is it a fire drill? Like, yeah. What's going on?
He was like, thank you, Snake.
Yeah, it was brief before it went away, but Twitterverse went crazy. I do recall seeing Hungrybox. He said, he confirmed that it was like a codec call and the words. There were like little videos. People tried to capture it ASAP. Everyone was wondering if it was related to Tekken because of the timing.
Yes. And because so much had already been announced.
And I mean, let's face it. The kings of DLC guest characters is Bandai Namco. With Tekken or Soul Calibur, period. They have had the absolute best crossovers. Period.
Nah.
Okay. In my opinion.
All right, look, you gonna hate me for this one.
Oh boy.
But it's definitely Smash. Yeah. I'm sorry, it's definitely Smash. It's actually not even close. They already got this guy. He's there. He's in the game. You play to win the game.
Okay, anyway. So, back to the story. However, nothing happened. There was no Snake announcement, no Big Boss announcement, no announcement related to the Metal Gear Solid series. And it goes even further because many people, I've seen many tweets that people were upset when this happened today, EVO tweeted that the Snake cameo video was their idea of a joke.
Yeah. Big womp womp on that one.
Oh man,
although
people were not having it.
I must say, man, I gotta bring back that fugazi marketing, man. Look, my opinion is my own, okay? Look, y'all bring me the smoke if y'all got some smoke. But basically, I don't know about this, man. How do you capture my voice saying some very specific line that I'm gonna be upset about when you use it, but you somehow produce that as a joke? Did you manipulate my voice into saying that was some good ass Tekken, or did I at some point record myself saying that was some good ass Tekken, and which enabled you to use that in the first place?
See, now you went ahead of me.
This is fugazi, man.
Hold on.
This is fugazi.
Hold on. What he's referring to, since you went ahead.
Go ahead.
What he's referring to is that David Hayter himself tweeted EVO today, saying that he or Konami did not give EVO permission to do that at all, and pretty much told them never to pull that stunt again.
It was very firm.
It was extremely firm. There was no give. He just kindly warned them.
Yeah.
So,
look, I think I've been saying this for a while now, that the FGC is lacking in storylines. The FGC got a lot of storylines right about now.
Yeah.
This last weekend brought with it many, many, many interesting storylines, and that is exactly what the FGC has been missing. And if we're not there manufactured, I don't know. As long as the competition remains, the integrity of the competition remains intact, and there's no predetermined outcomes, I'm cool with a little bit of gamesmanship and a little bit of WWE in between and all that. But I just can't. I mean, maybe one of you guys can explain to me in the comments, but I just don't understand how someone could capture my voice saying that was some good ass chicken, because I'm not gonna actually say it. I probably already said it, whatever. Because Diamond told me she was gonna record me saying it, but whatever. Yeah, you know, if I can't imagine someone capturing my voice saying something like that, something so specific, and it's in high quality, and it's very clear, and it's in my special voice. Like, were they at a party or something? And they're like, hey, say that was some good ass technique in the snake voice. Say it in the snake voice just one time. Just one time. And there's like no ambient noise. It's not recorded on a phone. Like, they just so happen to have like a studio microphone with soundproofing and an amp and all this other stuff, so he could say it just right with no static, no issues. And he's like, that was some good ass Tekken. And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, I mean, I guess we'll see if anything comes from it. But that warning seen in the Twitterverse was very firm. But moving on. So Smash Brothers Ultimate closed things out with their top 3 being MK Leo, Tweak, and Gluttony.
Oh man, Tweak.
It was very entertaining to watch. You know, it was awesome that they were able to close things down in that manner. I've attempted to play Smash, and it's actually fun. So it was very cool watching and having a basic understanding of what exactly was going on. Further, you know, I've heard a lot of stuff about Joker, and Joker definitely came out to play. I know there was just a lot of buzz around that character.
Yeah. Getting Bayonetta vibes. Yeah, they're not happy. Nobody likes their guest characters. They like them and they're hype about them until they have to fight them. And then they're like, why am I fighting this? Why does he have a DP?
That sounds like how Tekken was with Geese.
Yeah.
Hey!
Why does he have a fireball? This is so stupid. Why do I gotta fight Punko?
I love y'all. Don't hate me. But this Smash is just ever evolving, and I'm pretty sure it isn't going anywhere in the EVO lineup for many, many years to come. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure it's just solidified its place. Now, whether it's gonna continue to be at the end of EVO every time, who knows?
We shall see.
We shall see.
I just think that it would have been dope if Tweak would have got the W. He's been having a lot of buzz around him lately because he plays Pokemon Trainer, and nobody quite knows how to master that character like that. I mean, people are going to start figuring it out now.
Yeah.
But the ambush was in. You know, he was up 2-0. He was up 3 stocks to 1. All he had to do was close out, and then like some stupid self-destruct, and it just went crazy after that. Like, he started getting hit with like meteor spike up airs, and man, it just sucks. It just sucks. Like, I don't really have any issues with Joker. Some of the combos that I was seeing Leo do were like really cool. But it was just, the stage was just set for a new face to just take it for now, even if it was just for now, especially since the commentary was so insistent upon like Leo being the best in the world. It's like, oh, he's up 2-0 against the best in the world. He's up 3 stocks to 1 against the best in the world. He just self-destructed against the best in the world. Oh, look at this comeback from the best in the world. It's just like,
I think he might be the best in the world.
Yeah, probably the best in the world. But yeah, I was rooting for the underdog there.
Well,
sad face.
Here's some other things to root about. Back to Sunday, King of Fighters 15 is in the works. There was also more news for Samurai Shodown, where in September they are adding a new DLC character for free, which is Shizumaru Hisame.
Juzu.
And on top of the roster already confirmed to come for the season pass, there is the winner of the DLC character popularity poll, Mina Majikina, coming as the first character in the Season 2 pass for 2020. And another thing that is super cool and that hit pretty close to home was there's a new Guilty Gear in the works, which many are speculating about and hoping for their characters to make a return. But more than likely, we're not going to hear anything about the new Guilty Gear, any, extended, solidified information until probably next EVO. I mean, I know they like to be meticulous and take a lot of time to bring good news to the community. They care a lot, so we're gonna have to be on the lookout for that as well. But did we miss anything?
I don't think so. If we did, then let us know in the comments and we'll cover it next week on the next episode.
Yep.
But just to touch on quickly those two things, the Samurai Shodown support is definitely A+, because lately the community has been kind of like, hey, it's like, hey, what's going on? Like we're waiting. Waiting for these nerfs, man. Can we get these nerfs? And it's been quiet. So I don't know if they're waiting for us to figure out how to counterplay Genjuro and Pogo Stick Yoshitora, but maybe we'll get some changes along with Rimu. So that'll be cool. And the Shizumaru thing is just sick. Like, that's so cool. It was just so unexpected. And like that brings back arcade memories for me from Amakusa's Revenge. And that was like one of the more accessible characters that like had a DP, but also like had like those specials that hit you a whole bunch of times, because they like spins the umbrella, just hits you a whole bunch of times. And like you could get like a little bit of everything with that character. Like you could throw the umbrella, or is it a parasol? I don't know what it is. Parasol. You just get a little bit of everything. And as a little kid, that's just mashing on the buttons, and you get to see like the cool animations, the 40 hit umbrella spin, and the dragon punch and all that stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, like this is the goods. So it really brings back memories to be able to pilot that character again. I actually had completely forgot that character even existed, like being more focused on like the girl with the wolf and Amakusa, and just wow, it's gonna be sick. And like Suigetsu, I'm really waiting for Suigetsu. That's like the main character I'm waiting for. But the Guilty Gear actually has a special place, because not only was that like the game where me and AmethystLady met, but also that was like the game that I really seriously started streaming on. That was like my first, all right, I'm really gonna do this streaming thing. And it was centered around Guilty Gear. But before that, I was streaming other stuff. But when I first started introducing structure and schedule and community building and all that stuff, it was when XArt came out. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to this. I've seen like a lot of cool stage transitions, or what appeared to be stage transitions. I've seen like what appeared to be like a dust attack, and then the dust attack led to like a stage transition, and then there was like a floor bounce, then you can continue the combo from there. So maybe there'll be some cool moves where like you command grab someone and like grab them by the face, and then just drag them to another part of the screen, and then slam them down. And then I'm just expecting all kinds of cools, because it's anime. Like if DOA did it cool, and one of the old Mortal Kombats did it cool, where you like kicking people through walls and stuff, then imagine an anime game with stage transitions. Like they're so dynamic too. It's not like a 2D stage transition like in Dragon Ball, like the round ends, do a stage transition, and you start the next round somewhere else. Right. It's just a very nice touch. But if it's like in the game and it's like part of the match, and you dust them and they just go to some other part of the stage, and then they leave like a crater and they bounce, and you keep the combo going, like in Tekken when they when you knock them off a ledge, the balcony, and then they bounce and you keep the combo going. It's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be super cool. And a lot of people are just speculating that this is gonna be a reboot of the whole thing. So
a reboot,
like they're gonna redo
like Guilty Gear 1.
Yes, that they're starting from the very beginning again. That's why.
I don't know.
That's why Kyle looks like that. But we'll see.
I don't know. They won't bring back Justice.
We'll have to see. That's all we can do.
Don't bring back Justice.
That's speculation. That is all speculation.
You can bring back Cliff, but don't bring back Justice.
That's all speculation. Let us know what you think. And by the way, let's introduce our weekly question. This is where we look to you to be a potential part of the next AmethystLady Cast. So,
oh, cool. A little reward for whoever stuck around.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So, here's the question. What was the best or worst or both? What were those parts of EVO for you? What was the best? What was the worst? One, the other, both? Whether you were in attendance physically or throughout stream viewership, we want to know what you think. So be sure to tag on Twitter at AmethystLady Cast or use hashtag AmethystLady Cast on Twitter so we can see your thoughts. You can also join the Amethyst Kingdom Discord and put your thoughts in the AmethystLady Cast channel. There's a special channel just for you. You can talk with us. We will see what you're saying, have some nice discussions, interact, build the community, become a part of the community. Overall, EVO 2019 was certainly one of the most memorable. Hopefully, myself and Bedtime Buddy, hopefully we can make it to EVO 2020. We managed to make it to EVO last year, and even though we didn't make it this year, it would still be amazing to attend next year. We're gonna try to push.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get Amethyst on one of those panels.
I would love to be, actually. That would be absolutely amazing. And you should be on one too.
We shall see.
We shall see. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. For anyone who stuck it out through the entire cast, I want to thank you so much. This is our inaugural cast, and you can look forward to this on a weekly basis. I am AmethystLady.
I'm the main man, Bedtime Buddy 07, Frost University, Fuck University. You already know.
Hey.
So check out the channel for weekly uploads, yo. We in there.
Yep, and check the links in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you so much for listening, my dears. Until next time. Bye.